Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rhonda and this is a little bit of everything homestead. Today I am going to take you into the driveway garden. I want to clean a bunch of stuff up on the back end of it, and B, Scott and I had a day date the other day and he had to stop at the Home Depot when we were done with lunch, and I got some really cool plants that I wanted to share with you. So I'm gonna set you up on the tripod and show you all the things that I got at the Home Depot clearance section. These are probably not new to you guys, but they're new to me plants, and I am so excited about them. I do not have any like dark colored foliage plants, and this is, let's see what it's called, Dark Side of the Moon Astibile. How do you pronounce it? I never know. I got 2 of these and I cannot wait to get them in my garden. They are so cool. I am so excited. And I got 2 other ones. Hang on. Then I got this sedum. It doesn't have a tag on it. It says back in black. You guys, this is so cool. I am so excited. And this can go in full sun. I am so excited to get this in my garden. And then I got this one. You guys, the leaf, look at the leaf. Hang on. Look at how cool that is. The coloring is so neat, and then it gets like this cute little flower. I hope it blooms. This is called Summer Ragwort, Britt Marie Crawford. You guys, full sun. Aren't these neat? I cannot wait to put these in my garden and put them next to like a really like yellow coneflower. Wouldn't that look cool next to that? I get so excited about new plants, like new to me plants. And this is like a new to me garden, because when we bought the property, oh gosh, in 2022, this driveway garden was basically just overgrown and piled full of stuff. So little by little, last year, I dug up a whole bunch of hostas and just popped them in here to just like overgrow them through the winter until we moved here permanently. So then when I got here this year and we moved in, I started like really paying attention to texture and color and placement. So I am, sorry for the traffic. I am super excited because I'm really trying to learn about plants and how to take care of them, where to put them, and then what goes good with them. I'm gonna spin you around and let's go down to the other end of the driveway garden that I haven't really touched yet. Basically, this is the driveway garden for obvious reasons. The driveway's right there. So I've mostly worked up to this little shed in back, so I haven't really touched this back part much. So it's become kind of a dumping ground for all of like the overflow stuff when we were moving here. We just kind of plopped everything down because we had so much to move. And I didn't want to put it in the barn and then forget I had it or have it tucked away in a corner. So I just plopped it out here. So this will be the second part. Well, actually, it'll be the first part you see when you pull into the driveway, but it will be the second part that I am actually working on. So my plan is to like take this and work in sections. So I'm gonna take all of this out and just work in that section back there, and then move back here in this section, plant stuff back there. So I'm gonna clean this out. I would love to extend this out, like the border here, to extend it out a little bit and make it bigger. Here is a lilac, a piece of a lilac that we took from the other homestead that we shoved in this bucket, and look at, it's getting babies. It's been in this bucket for, I don't know, about a year. So that's pretty cool. This guy, I don't know what it was, but it didn't really make it. The weeds are thriving though. So all I'm doing is just setting these off to the side. I'll have to pull out the weeds and really kind of plan where I want to put stuff. I have some compost. I don't know if you guys can see it. That black tarp right there is compost. So I think I might have to compost. Just kind of rake up a little bit. There's so many pine cones and pine needles back here that I might have to rake that up a little bit. And it kind of goes, it's built up and then it kind of comes down on a slope. So I will have to take that into consideration when I am placing plants. But I would love for it to come out along here and just swerve out a little bit more and just make this whole area like a really deep shade garden. Well, that didn't take long. In about 10 or 15 minutes, I got this whole area cleaned out. I'll have to go through and pull the weeds and put some compost down, maybe rake it out really good before I plant. This soil is so, I mean, because it's been neglected for so long, all the pine needles went in, all the old wood, and all of that stuff started breaking down. So now the soil is like this really deep, rich black color. And I'm afraid, every time I go in here, I'm afraid a snake is gonna pop out. We have gardener snakes here. And the other day I was looking at my hostas because something's eating them. I'll show you guys in a minute what I did. But I was going through and I lifted up a hosta and there was a little baby gardener snake underneath the hosta, and it scared me so bad I almost peed my pants. So I'm just being very leery because you never know what's gonna hop out and say hello to you. So I was on Instagram the other day and I was sharing with some of my friends on there that my hostas were, like, I thought they had a disease, like they're dying. They look horrible, you guys. And one of my friends, this is the garden that I am almost finished with by the shed, so I'm gonna walk you through. So one of my friends told me it's slugs, like the snails or whatever, because they leave like holes in your plant. I'm getting to the one that I want to show you. So this one, do you see all the holes? And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So she said, take beer, put it into a shallow Tupperware container and leave it. And by golly, you guys, look at that. Those are slugs. It worked. How cool. I mean, this plant isn't going to repair itself this year. It will come back better next year. But for them to stop eating my hostas and tearing them apart, like they just look like they're sick. So I put some over here and it's working. Can you see? Can you see them? Look at that. I was so excited. Like, it worked. I was surprised this morning when I came out and checked and they were actually in there. So I did order some of that, I don't know, I think it's an herbicide. It's called Sluggo. I ordered some of that off of Amazon, so that should be coming in the next couple of days, and I will sprinkle that around the ones that are really, really bad, and hopefully it will just deter them from demolishing my hostas. I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video or not, but I would love to, oh my gosh, that's not coming out. I would love to paint the shed. It's just a metal shed, and I would love to paint it a color that matches the house, but I probably won't get at it this year for obvious reasons. We have so much stuff already on our plate to do just around trying to get this yard in order somewhat. So I probably won't do it this summer, but I can certainly plant around it and make it pretty, right? So this is, I don't even know the names of all of my hostas that I brought over from the other homestead. I would go on Facebook Marketplace and pick up, like, they would be like free hostas, you come and dig them up. So I would go, and that's how I got a lot of my hostas. Or I would see them, like, sometimes you'll be driving down the road and women will have these big huge gardens and they will want to thin out their plants, so they will have plants lined up on the road or like by their driveway with the free sign. So I would stop and take 3 or 4 of them and just throw them in the ground. So I don't know the names of a lot of my plants, or my hosta plants that I have. So I ordered a book off of Amazon, hoping that I could educate myself in what I have, but I am keeping the new ones that I buy. I am keeping the tag, and I am kind of drawing in a, it's like a farm book, I call it, and I am drawing pictures of what plants I have and where they're located, and then I'll keep a little label of them. So this is just Black-Eyed Susan here, and this is a tiny little hosta. I think I'm going to dig out and just move. And then here's a big one. So I thought I would maybe throw some in right up against this little shed here and just kind of start a drift of them. And then plus, I just, you know, if I don't like where they are, I can dig them up and move them next year. Or if I add different plants or anything like that, I can dig them up and move them. I just want to get them in the ground for the winter, to overwinter them so they don't die, because plants are better in the ground than they are in the store-bought in pots. So I'm gonna run up and grab the hostas that I got and share some of them with you guys. Okay, this one, look at the size of these leaves, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is called, oh, it's on the front. Hello. This is called Abaca Drinking Gourd 2014 Hosta of the Year. You guys, this sucker is gonna get huge. It is 45 to 50 centimeters wide, 16 to 20 inches tall. It is part shade to full shade. And I got 2 of them. They were a little bit beat up, and the tag was marked 25% off. And I asked the little girl at the checkout if she would give me 30% off because their leaves were so damaged and I didn't know if I would be able to keep them alive. And she did. She gave me 30% off, just these two, but still, it pays to ask. So I thought that I would put these over here where they could be like the belle of the ball. Like, this is what you're gonna see when you pull into the driveway, because they're gonna get, you know, this big probably. Then I got this one for the color of the leaves. Look at that, you guys. It is so pretty. I mean, they're pretty beat up, but that's why they're on clearance. And this is a Proven Winners Shadowland Miss America. Let's see here. Let's see what it says. It is zones 3 through 9. Sorry about that. I had the couple that owned this property previously to us, their son is, oh, I don't know, probably 17 or so, and he sometimes comes over and asks to go fishing in the pond. So he pulled in and I had to stop the tape. So I told him that he could go fishing in the pond. I don't know where I left off before. God, I can't think of it. Owen, his name is Owen, came in and asked if he could fish. But look at these leaves, you guys. So pretty. And I think I told you the name. Shadowland Miss America, Proven Winners. And then I got this one because of the leaf, the white leafing. And this one is called Paul's Glory. This handy and easy to grow perennial is ideal for the part shade areas of the garden, zone 2 to zone 4, part shade to full shade. Isn't it pretty? Oh, those are some of the hostas that I got that I thought I would just kind of space in here and get a feel for it. If I don't like it, like I said, I can dig them up and move them once I have more kind of like a lay of the garden and what I want it to look like. I know I want to put I want the path to come out and swerve around and maybe come out like this. Like if you come behind the shed, so it would come out like this and curve and then have a walking path out like that. And it will be filled with like pea gravel. So I think in the corner there, I can go back really far. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like back there, I can go back really far. And I thought it would be fun to put like circle stones, like make a circular structure out of stones and put some pea gravel down and then put like a bench in there just to give it some more texture. Maybe let your eye rest on something, sit down and take a rest if you need to. So just kind of feeling it out and what I want it to look like and how I want it to flow. So I'm gonna throw these hostas in the ground, and like I said, if I don't like where I put them, I can always move them. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it started raining. So I am going to have to get these in as quickly as possible and trying to beat the rainstorms. This one that I am planting right now is called Seducer. It is a Proven Winners, and it is, the foliage on it is just gorgeous. It's like green, and then it has like lime green edging. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty, you guys. So I am gonna put that right up here next to the tree because I thought it would pull in from that one back there is a solid green, and then I don't know if you can see, but this one right here is like a lime green. So I thought it would, oh, I forgot my fertilizer. I'll have to grab that when I water. But I thought it would kind of pull the two pull the two hostas together with the coloring. Oh, I love it. I also have a bunch of like little baby hostas that are just like little sprouts all over the place. So I thought I would dig them up, and there was another one around here somewhere. I probably stepped on him. Oh, right here. So I thought I would dig those up and put them in a plant, in a, not a plant, put them all together to make a plant and put them in like a clay pot or a, gosh, what am I trying to say? To put them in a flower pot is what I couldn't figure out the word for. But I'm gonna dig those up, I think, throw them into a flower pot, and then kind of keep going. Okay, guys, I'm going to dig out this little guy, and I have a little pot here filled with some organic potting soil, and hopefully it will give him enough that he will grow a little bit before winter. I hope I picked a big enough pot for him. Oh, he should work in there. Oh my gosh. Perfect. Oh, how cute. Look. He'll be cute in the shade on a table somewhere. Sometimes I will take a plant that I bought, this one here I bought, and I will set it next to one that I already have. Do those look similar? Like in their coloring? Like the leaf pattern? Oh, I think it might be a little bit off. And then sometimes I can identify hostas I already have with the hostas I purchased. But see that right there? Kind of looks like that right there. So do you think they're the same? This one is called Great Expectations. I'm gonna plant them next to each other just in case. That way, if they are the same hosta, I at least know the name of this one that I bought. And if they're not, then, you know, if they don't come up and they look the same, I think they kind of do look the same. So I'm gonna give it until next year. I'll make sure I mark this one so I know the name, and then I will have identified one of the hostas I already own. So that's kind of fun. And if not, then I have a new hosta and I still don't know the name of this one. But that's part of, you know, learning and finding plants that you love and starting a garden. You kind of just take what you can get when you can get it. And that's kind of what I did with like rummage sales and, you know, little ladies that have plants on the side of the road marked free. I'll never pass up a free plant. So hopefully my hosta book that I ordered will also help me identify some of these. Well, you guys, unfortunately, I didn't get very far in planting tonight, and it is starting to thunder in the distance. So I am going to clean up and finish planting tomorrow. I got my Great Expectations in right there. And then I got the seducer in right there. And I got a whole bunch of weeds and stuff moved. So it was a good night. Thanks for following along with me tonight as I pulled a bunch of weeds and cleaned out a bunch of junk and planted a couple of hostas. You guys, this driveway garden is such a release for me when I've had a hectic day, or you know, I'm just trying to work through some stuff. I get my hands in the dirt and it just makes everything better. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I hope you stick around to watch my driveway garden evolve, and I'll see you on the next video, you guys. Bye-bye.